Hello students, today we are doing some physics problems. It will be useful for you for NEET, CET and other competitive exam. This is first question. The electric potential at a point x, y, z is given by V is equal to minus x square into y minus x into z cube plus 4. The electric field at that point is. Now see students, what is the relation between electric field and potential? If you look at this, so you can see that the relation between electric field and potential is electric field is equal to minus gradient of potential. So in 3 dimension electric field is equal to minus gradient of potential. So we can write this equation as E is equal to minus over here, that is I into d by dx plus j into d by dy plus k into d by dz. So this is a 3-dimensional operator and it has to operate on the electric potential. The equation for electric potential is given, that is minus x square into y minus x square into y, and that is minus x into z cube minus x into z cube plus 4. Now potential is a scalar, electric potential is a scalar and electric field intensity is a vector. Now let us differentiate this equation and you will get the electric field intensity is equal to minus I into d by dx of this whole expression, I into d by dx of this whole expression, that is minus x square into y minus x into z cube plus 4, that is plus j into d by dy minus x square into y minus x into z cube plus 4. Again over here you can see that is plus k to d by dz minus x square into y minus x into z cube plus 4. Electric field intensity is equal to, we can keep this minus a cap as common and differentiation of minus x square into y, then minus differentiation of over here you can see over here, that is minus x into z cube plus differentiation of 4. This expression is differentiated with respect to y and here there is a j cap, so we can keep this j cap as common, so we can write over this as plus j cap and differentiate this whole thing with respect to y over here, minus x square into y plus d by dy to minus x into z cube plus d by dy of 4, and then here it is, the whole thing is again it is differentiated with respect to k cap. Here you can see now whole thing is differentiated. Now again here the whole thing is differentiated with respect to d by dz and k cap is kept common, so we can keep this k cap as common over here and differentiate with respect to d by dz, it is minus x square into y plus d by dz, that is over here minus x into z cube plus d by dz of 4. Now you can see this 4 is constant, so differentiation of constant is 0. So the next step we can write it as electric field is equal to here you can see over here this x is there, so x can be differentiated and minus y can be removed common over here, so that will be over here minus I cap and you can see over here that is differentiation of minus x square is minus 2x, so that will be minus 2xy. Y is taken to be common over here, that is you have to take differentiation of x square, that is minus 2x minus 2xy, and here differentiation of minus x is minus 1, so this will be minus z cube, and now differentiation of y with respect to now differentiation of y with respect to y is 1, so if we keep this plus j cap as common, then you will find that this will become as what, that is minus x square, and remaining things are 0 because differentiation of z cube is also 0, differentiation of x is also 0. And now you can see, now if I keep the k cap as common, then you can see here there is a z, so it can be differentiated, remaining this is a constant, it is 0, and therefore the differentiation of z cube will be 3z square, so it will be minus x into 3z square. Now in the next line we can make it more simpler over here, that if you take this I cap as common, then this will be 2xy plus z cube, minus minus becomes plus, minus minus becomes plus, and this will be plus j into minus x square plus k into minus x into 3z square. So this is our final answer, 2xy plus z cube, 2xy plus z cube over here, and plus j into x square plus j into x square, it should be plus j into x square, so our next step will be, that is we can take over here this electric field intensity is equal to minus, I can take it as common over here, and you can see this is the I cap. Now we can differentiate this whole expression, so this will be d by dx of minus x square into y plus d by dx of minus x into z cube plus d by dx of 4. Again keeping this minus sign outside, we can write this as plus j cap to d by dy to d by dy of this whole thing minus x square into y plus d by dy into minus x into z cube plus d by dy of 4. Again there is a k cap over here, in the third part you will find that there is a k cap plus k cap, you can keep it as common. Now everything, each term is differentiated with respect to z, and now you can see that here I have taken this minus sign as common, and you can see now what our electric field intensity will look like. That is minus the first is I cap over here, minus I cap. Now when we differentiate these terms with respect to x, you can see this will be minus 2xy, minus 2xy, and here that will be minus 1. Differentiation of x with respect to differentiation of x with respect to dx is 1, so it will be minus z cube over here. So I will write it as minus z cube. Again we will get this minus j cap because we have taken as common. Differentiation of y with respect to y, it is 1, so this will be minus x square, and remaining things are 0. Here differentiation of 4 with respect to x is 0, differentiation of 4 with respect to y is 0, and when we use uv formula this will be also 0, so this will be minus x square. So it means minus x square will remain. Here there is a k cap and there is a minus sign over here which is common, so this will become minus k cap, and this is differentiated with respect to z, so first and the third term will be 0, and this will be minus x into 3z square. And now the equation will look like in the next part. You can see how the equation will look like. You can see over here this electric field intensity is equal to, that is I cap into 2xy plus z cube plus j into x square minus minus plus k cap into 3x z square. So this is the final answer. So student, you can see 2xy plus z cube, 2xy plus z cube, in I cap it is 2xy plus z cube plus j into x square plus j into x square plus k cap into 3xz square plus k cap into 3xz square. So the answer is B. So the first question answer is, that is B. And now let us go to the next question. A charge capital Q is divided into two parts of small q and capital Q minus small q. If the Coulomb repulsion between them when they are separated to be maximum, the ratio of Q upon small q should be. So here it is given that Q is divided into two parts, small q and Q minus q. Now if the Coulomb repulsion between them when they are separated to be maximum, that means we want the Coulomb repulsion to be maximum, the ratio of capital Q by small q should be. So first of all let us draw the diagram over here. Now you can see now here there are two charges I am keeping over here, and let me keep two similar charges, that is plus q and plus q over here, and it is given that if they are separated by some distance, let me keep the distance as d over here. So you will find that there is a force of repulsion, it is the charge, this charge repels this charge also repels this charge, and we have to show that when the force will be maximum. So in the question it is given that the total charge Q is divided into two parts, one is of small q, so let us write over here that is small q over here, and the other will be what, naturally it will be capital Q, from that it is small q is removed, and we have to find that if we keep the distance d as same between two charges and the force is maximum, then what these charges will be, that means what will be the ratio of these charges. That is, question is asked, what is the ratio of capital Q upon small q if the force of repulsion has to be maximum. So that means keeping both the charges at the same distance, what should be these two charges be so that we get the force as maximum. So now let us solve this, and you know that the Coulomb force between two point charges is given as K into first charge multiplied by second charge and divided by the distance square. Now we want the force to be maximum. So you can see over here, for force to be maximum, so for force to be maximum, keeping our distance same, and we want to differentiate this force with respect to charge, that will be equal to 0. That means we have to find what the small q should be so that the force will be maximum. So when we differentiate this, so you can see now this is d by dq. Differentiate this force, and the force is what over here we can see over here, that is k into small q into capital Q upon d square minus k into small q square upon d square, and you differentiate this with respect to small q, and that will be equal to 0. Now our next step will be k into q upon d square, that is differentiation of small q with respect to q, minus k over d square differentiation of q square with respect to q, and that should be equal to 0. So differentiation of q with respect to q is 1. So k into q over d square and minus k by d square, differentiation of q square is equal to 2q, and that is equal to 0. Now when we shift this term on the right, so you will find this will become k into q over d square, that is equal to k over d square into 2q, and the things which are cancelling out, that is you can see the d square and k gets cancelled. So what is small q now? You can see over here the small q is equal to capital Q by 2. So the question is asked, what is the ratio of charges? So that means we want q by capital Q upon small q, what the ratio will be, and that will be equal to 2. So the answer to this question is, that is 2. The question is asked that what is the ratio of charge, that is capital Q upon small q, and that comes out to be 2 over here. So the answer to this question is 2, that is capital Q upon small q, and that is 2 over here. Here it is asked that what is the ratio of capital Q upon small q, and that is 2. So the answer to this question is, that is 2 over here, that is A1. Now you can go to the next question. A square surface of side L meter is in the plane of the paper. A uniform electric field E volts per meter also is in the plane of the paper, is limited only to the lower half of the square surface. The electric flux in SI unit associated with the surfaces. So you can see clearly in the diagram, these are the lines of force, and this is passing through a square surface. So question is asked that the electric flux in SI units associated with this surface. So how much electric flux is SI unit is associated with this surface? And the answer is very simple to this question, that electric flux which is passing, that will be dot product of A bar dot A bar. And now you can see here the area, it is clearly mentioned that half the area is in the flux, lower half of the square surface. So the flux is limited only to the lower half of the square surface, that means only half the area is in the flux. So we can write down this equation as phi is equal to E into A by 2 into cos theta. Now what is theta over here? Theta is the angle between A vector and that E vector. How A vector is drawn? It is drawn perpendicular to the area. So when we draw perpendicular to the area, angle is what? 90 between area vector and E vector. So naturally theta will be 90 over here. So I will write the equation, that is flux is equal to E into A by 2 into cos 90. Why? Because theta is 90 over here. So cos 90 is 1. So in this question, the flux which is passing to the planar area, that will be 0. So why it is 0? Because we have the answer, that is cos 90 is going to be what? 0 over here. And so here you can see that is the cos 90 is 0, and since cos 90 is 0, that means no lines is going to pass through that area, half of the area. So the answer to this question is what? That is 0. And clearly we can see in the diagram that no line is passing through the area. So clearly we can see that no lines are passing through this area, which you can see over here. In this area there is no line passing, because angle between area vector and E vector is 0. So the answer to this question is, that is D. Now let us go to the next question. For a proton moves in a Now let us move to the next question. A proton moves a distance d in a uniform electric field E as shown. Does the electric field do a positive or negative work on the proton? Does the electric potential energy of the proton increases or decreases? This is a very simple question. You can see that this electric field is pushing the charge to the right, but our positive charge is moving to the left. So therefore the work done is negative, and the positive charge is not moving in the direction of field, it is moving against the direction of field. So when it is moving against the direction of field, so naturally the potential energy is going to increase. So potential energy is going to what? Increase over here. So naturally the potential energy is going to increase. So therefore, since the force and the displacement are oppositely directed, therefore work done by this field, it is what? Negative, and the charge is moving against the field. The charge is moving against the field. So therefore its potential energy is going to what? Increase. So the answer to this question, student, you can see over here, that is this B. So I hope, student, it is clear to all of you. So students, if you are able to follow my videos, so please like and subscribe my channel, it will help me. Thank you everybody.